Hey fitness instructors, today we're going to talk about how to become a money-making fitness boss without sacrificing your body. Now this is something that completely changed my life, so I'm very excited to share all the secrets of how that happened. Now I'll show you how it happened to me, but first, let me tell you about Frederique. Frederique is a fitness instructor in London, and she was struggling to grow her classes, which means she was struggling to make more income. We didn't focus on growing her classes. Instead, we focused on making her profitable. She now earns with one client what would normally take her 5 classes. Pretty cool. Aleya is a fitness instructor in Canada. She made $12,000 and she didn't even have to teach any additional classes. Then there's Pamela, who made $3,001 and she only teaches one virtual class. One! So let's talk about how they did that. I don't want to waste your time, so before we continue, let's make sure you're in the right spot. What we're going to cover is for fitness instructors who teach in person or virtual and love helping people. So if that is you, say yes. If you teach one format and you're totally obsessed with your format, or you teach several formats because fitness is life, then say yes, you're in the right spot. If you're a personal trainer, say yes. If you're in nutritional wellness, say yes. If you offer products related to fitness, say yes. If you teach at a gym or you rent space or you own your own studio, say yes. If you struggle to make enough to pay the bills, soft yes. We're gonna talk a lot about that. If you can pay the bills, hey, hashtag small win, but you're not paying yourself, meaning there's no money left over for you to have fun with. This is also for fitness instructors who have full schedules and you can't possibly teach more classes, or you could, but you don't want to. If you have years of experience, but you're still getting paid like a newbie or by the hour, if you're worried about your body's ability to keep up at your current pace, maybe you are teaching a bazillion classes and you love it, but how sustainable is that for your own body? If you're thinking about retiring, but you still want to help people get healthy, if you have multiple side jobs to pay the bills because fitness income just isn't cutting it, if you have a part-time job or full-time job that you would like to quit so that you could do this full-time, if you feel like you've tried everything and income is still kind of stuck, and if you're open to new ideas to create the life that you want, doing what you love. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. Becoming a fitness boss is not for everyone, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with you just wanting to teach a couple more classes, be a fitness instructor. Totally cool. So let's make sure to understand what it takes to become a fitness boss and earn the income of that fitness boss. If you're a fitness instructor and teaching is more of like your fun thing, your hobby thing, this might not be for you. If you're thinking that making an extra $1,000 would be nice, we're gonna need a lot more ambition to become a fitness boss. If you don't have big dreams, maybe you have some goals, right? Get a couple of extra students back in class, make maybe $100, $200 extra. That's great, but probably teaching more classes will kind of fix that, right? To get to the boss level, we need big goals, big dreams. If you do have big dreams, right, you want to make those $3,000 months, but you let excuses get in the way, right? Oh, I don't have time. I don't know how. I don't know where to start. I'm not ready. I can't afford that. I'm too scared, too shy, too uncomfortable, too old, If you want big results, you want those $5,000 months, $10,000 months, but you also want to learn how to get there for free. Listen, free stuff is awesome, but free stuff is meant to get you started on the right path. If you're serious about what you want, then you need to be prepared to invest in it. You need to invest in the skills that you're missing to make that happen. So if any of these sound like you, you're welcome to watch, but you might be more suited as a fitness instructor just teaching classes, okay? And if that's the case, forget about making income and just focus on making people happy. To become a fitness boss, it will require the type of instructor who is passionate, who is obsessed, who is ambitious, who is willing to invest in the skills that they're missing, who is willing to roll up their sleeves, learn, practice, and fight for their dreams because they believe that their dreams are worth it. Yes or yes? Let's dive in. My goal during this masterclass is to show you that not only is $1,000 possible, but $10,000 is possible. Now, this may sound a little crazy and off the top, and I totally get that, which is why I'm going to break this down for you throughout this masterclass. But I want to show you that $10,000 is possible. It's just not possible teaching classes. In fact, the only way to do it is by teaching programs. You can still teach your classes, but your money makers are going to be your program. My name is Jessica. I've been dancing for 30 years. I've been teaching for 20. I currently teach 2 Zumba classes at a gym, and I've made over $100,000 working part-time from home while raising my 3 kids. It is possible. This is me doing my happy dance after I made my first $10,000. I didn't know this was possible and totally blew my mind. Now, I didn't keep the $10,000. They went directly to college fund for kid number 1. Then I made another $10,000, which went to college fund for kid number 2. Then I made another $10,000, which was supposed to go to college fund for kid number 3. But our fridge broke down, so I had to get us a new fridge. I got us a new fridge, not my husband. This was a big deal. And then when the fridge broke down, it messed up our floors, so I had to get us new floors. And around that time, our washer and dryer also gave out, so new washer and dryer. Anybody else's home is also like falling apart by the minute? Like, what? The thing is, I wouldn't have been able to pay for any of that teaching classes. I have a bachelor in dance and a bachelor in business. So from very early on, I thought these things had to be separate. Either you do what you love, in my case dance, or you pay the bills. When I met my gorgeous husband, it was love at first sight. We quickly had a bunch of kids. We moved from Ciudad Juarez, Mexico to Dallas, Texas. And even with a baby in my belly, I was still dancing. Like I said, obsessed. Before the baby, I was teaching ballet classes, jazz classes, hip hop classes, classes to kids, to teens, quinceañeras. I started teaching adults when I got into fitness. By the time I had the baby, I had taught full packed classes, small classes, private classes, indoor classes, outdoor classes, free classes, classes by donation. I charged a fee for my classes. I went online with my classes. I taught a lot of classes. And as much fun as it was, my husband kept asking me this one question. When are you getting a real job? Thing is, teaching classes was making me happy. But unfortunately, it wasn't making us a lot of money. The bigger question was, how are we going to afford college for 3 kids with 1 income? His income. We didn't have a solution for that. I was making a whole $5,000, not per week, not per month, for the whole year. Now, $5,000 in a year for a family of 5 is not even a drop in the bucket. So my teaching fun classes to make extra cash is not helping my family. So I realized I needed to think bigger, way bigger, way bigger. I needed an extra $10,000. Now $10,000 seemed overwhelming, so I couldn't wrap my head around that. But I thought, if I can just make $1,000 in a month, every month. So my husband and I came to an agreement. By the time baby number 3 would go to kindergarten, either I figured out how to make money with my fitness passion, or I would have to get a part-time job as an accountant, AKA a real job. So that was the mission, to make $1,000 each month in however way possible before kid number 3 entered kindergarten, or I would have to give up on my dreams. So the first thing I did was teach more classes. Anybody else did that too? I got certified in 2 more formats. I got hired to teach at more locations. I doubled the amount of classes I was teaching, but I was still not making $1,000. So then I thought, maybe I need to grow my classes. Anybody else did that too? This is when I realized that I was really good at teaching my classes, but I was not good at promoting them. Turns out, I was not good at marketing at all. Now it took forever, but I eventually cracked the code on Facebook and I was able to double, even triple my classes without changing anything about my classes. Woo! But I was still not making $1,000. So growing classes was not the money maker I thought it was going to be. That's okay. I still have another idea. A lot of my instructor friends were also selling stuff. Protein shakes, lipsticks, supplement, weight loss stuff, magic coffee, Zumba wear, stuff. That was something that I wasn't doing, so I thought, I'll give this a try. So I started selling skincare. And this is when I learned two things. Number one, marketing and sales are not the same. You can have more views, but more views does not mean more sales. I learned that the hard way. The other thing I learned was that I was really bad at selling stuff. So at this point, I have a full schedule, I have packed classes, I'm selling products on the side, and I'm rocking my Facebook. There's tons of likes and engagement, and like my social media is on fire, and I'm still not making $1,000. Anybody in this situation where you're like, I've tried all the things? What made me even more worried is that I needed way more than $1,000 if I was going to make this my full-time thing. I need this to eventually replace a part-time job, remember? So this is when I realized that I wasn't going to make $1,000 teaching classes. So I tried a completely different approach. I shifted my focus, and instead of being so intent on teaching these 1-hour fitness classes, I focused on sharing the years of experience and knowledge inside my brain and package it through a program. I packed everything I knew into a 6-week program that I sold for $300. And guess what? I got 5 people to say yes! So I got 5 enrollments. That means I made $1,500 just like that. Like what? This was so cool. And because the program was online, I didn't have to add more classes to my schedule. I didn't have to drive around like a maniac, and I didn't have to have inventory in my truck either. There was also no limit to how many people could take my program, so I got really good at promoting the hell out of it. In fact, on a good month, I could make $5,000 just doing this. Like crazy. What was cooler is that I was able to provide for my family in a boss kind of way. I was doing it by doing something that I felt passionate about, not by working some job that I didn't like, but by doing something that I loved. Not only that, but I still had money left over to do really cool stuff. Like take my husband flying. This was my gift to him for his 40th birthday. And after the college fund and the house and the kids and the husband are taken care of, I started to splurge on me. And for the first time ever, I was able to afford designer shoes. I'm a sucker for shoes. And I tell you this because all of this would have not been possible teaching classes, but it was possible teaching programs. Can you see the difference? Now I share these wins not to gloat, but I am proud of them because that took work, but to show you that it's possible. It's possible for me and it's possible for you. So to become a money-making fitness boss, you need to teach programs. And it's not just me making money. Maybe you remember this post. Honey sent me a message telling me that she had made over $1,000 on her first try. She later updated me on that situation. She actually made almost $2,000. Isn't that awesome? So if you've ever thought there's gotta be a better way, you are right. There is. If you've tried teaching more classes and growing your classes and raising your prices and posting on social media and selling stuff on the side and all of that didn't work, it's okay. You did your best. I did my best. We were doing the best that we could given the information that we had. The problem was not you. The problem was the business model. That model is not conducive for fitness boss income level. It is time to level up. And I'm not talking about your fitness. You have enough fitness licenses and certifications and years of experience. You don't need more fitness stuff. I'm talking about the skills that they don't teach you in fitness, the skills that they don't teach you in the formats. So the reason that you'll never become a fitness boss teaching classes is because fitness math isn't mathing. Whether you teach one format, many formats, in-person, virtual, 30-minute class, a 90-minute class, you do it at a gym or you rent space or you own your own studio, all of it is still just one product, a fitness class. Let's say you make $25 per class at a gym, or you have a $25 punch card or membership. Now you may get paid more or less or have more pricing packages, but just to keep things simple, let's work with 25. If you're an independent instructor, you would need 40 new students to come to class every month to make an extra $1,000. That's 40 faces you don't have now. If you're at a gym, you need to teach 40 classes that month, in addition to what you're already teaching, right? That's a lot of classes. And that's just to make $1,000. If you want to make this your full-time thing, well, $1,000 a month is not a full-time income. We need to at least triple that. So if you want to make $3,000 a month, we need to triple all the numbers. Now you need 120 new students every month to make that. Or you need to be teaching 120 extra classes every single month. It's not possible. And the problem is not your class or you or the format or the schedule or the gym that's not paying or the industry that's underpaid or the economy. The problem is the pricing. Anything under $100 is considered low ticket, meaning that you need lots of volume to create high income. This is also the reason why raising your prices doesn't give you the type of income that you're looking for. If you raise your drop-in from $5 to $10, yes, you'll have an increase in income, but will it get you $3,000 months? Probably not, right? If you're earning $25 per class and now you're making $50 per class, or you're changing your punch card and your membership from $25 to $50, is it going to increase your income? Yes. Is it going to help you hit $3,000 or $5,000 months? No. Also, since you're basing your whole model on fitness classes, well, fitness classes depend on time. And there's a limit to how many classes you can teach in a week. There's also a limit to how many classes your body can take in a week. So the reason it's so difficult to make income teaching classes is because this model is not conducive for that. So what I do is I change the model. I help instructors build what I call the value ladder, meaning we expand the number of products that they offer. So yes, they keep offering their classes, that's product number one, but then we add another product, which is their program. You can price it between $100 and $350. Most of the instructors I work with, they kind of like the $200 range, like that's their happy space. Your core program can be delivered online, so it's not taxing on your body, but it's still income producing. That way your classes can become the low ticket item, the fun thing that everybody does, and your programs become your more premium product that also become your moneymaker. With the value ladder, fitness math looks very different. Let's say you keep teaching your classes. Cool, we love classes, keep them going, you're earning maybe $500 a month. But you also have a $200 core program. All you need is 5 people to enroll in your program and you make $1,000. That's it. Now, if you focus on that every single month, you make an extra 12. An extra $12,000. Are you getting this? Even if you make $0 during the slow summer and winter season, you could still make $10,000 just by adding programs. Are you getting this? Is this making sense? Now, maybe you're thinking, that's bananas. It looks great on paper, but it doesn't actually happen. It happened. Okay? It's happened to me multiple times, actually, to the point where in 2023, I actually made $47,000 plus what I made with my classes. It's totally possible. And again, it's not just me making money. Sandy made over $1,900. Diane made 700 pounds. Natalie did 497 with one client. Catherine is landing $4,000 months. I did it. They're doing it. You can do this too. So how do you do all this? I'll walk you through the 3 secrets to get it all done. Secret number 1 is all about how to make your first $1,000 in just 30 to 60 days. Secret number 2 is how to attract the right people so that you make the next $1,000 and you continue making $1,000 months. And secret number 3 is how to turn extra cash into real income so that you start hitting $5,000 months. Are we ready? I've been teaching for over 20 years, and I've taught ballet classes, hip hop, jazz, teens, adult, seniors, Zumba, cycle, aqua, big classes, small classes, classes at gyms, clubs, private studios. I even taught at university once. 20 years of teaching classes in every shape and form, and it's taken me all 20 years to realize that I was not going to make a living out of it because I tried. I really tried. So when I came across the whole concept of teaching programs, this made a lot of sense to me. It was also something I hadn't tried before. So maybe this is you. Maybe this is the first time that you're hearing about the concept of teaching programs, and it's like, okay, interesting. Or you've heard about this, but you haven't really dived into it. Or you sort of dabbled in it, but it didn't work out because you were kind of all over the place or the execution wasn't there. Or you understand it, but you have a million questions. I get it. When I was on board with the idea of teaching programs, I was excited, but I still had a lot of questions. What should my program be? How much should I charge? Who would I invite to my programs? How do I deliver my programs? Is it an in-person or online thing? Do I need a website? All the questions. Fortunately for you guys, I'm going to help you skip all the confusion and get right into making your first $1,000 without teaching more classes and without posting. So let's start with what is a program and how are they different from your classes. Programs solve a specific problem for a specific group of people in a specific time frame. Versus a class that goes on perpetually over time and are less goal-oriented. Think of your program as a way for your people to reach their fitness goals fast, and then your classes for them to maintain that goal throughout time. Now, your program can be about anything. It could be about weight loss or building strength or toning or finding serenity or having a healthy heart or preventing injuries. We'll get to that later. You'd also be using the format or formats that you feel most comfortable and confident in so that you don't have to get additional certifications of any sort. Because I had zero knowledge on how to build a program, I invested in enrolling in a program that was going to teach me how to do programs. And that program was mainly for personal trainers. I was group fitness, but that was the closest thing I could find, so I would make it work. This is me building my very first program. As you can see, it's not very glamorous work. It was just me, my hoodie, and a laptop. I worked on this program for months, for about 6 months, and I was super excited about every single aspect of it. I was figuring out what my program was going to be about, who it was for, what to price it, what to call it, what each module would be, the content on each thing, where to host it, like all that jazz. I was pumped and very excited until no one bought my program. I was pretty devastated. Between the investment in the program to build programs, the new laptop, and the software that I thought I needed, I ended up spending around $10,000. That's 6 months of work and $10,000 all for nothing. It didn't work out. I felt like such a failure. So I don't want anyone to feel this way or go through anything even remotely similar, which is why I developed a simple 5-step process that you can get it done in just 30 days. So what happened with me is that I started creating a program that I thought people wanted. And then I went out and I tried to convince people to buy my program. This didn't work out. So step number 1 is to do market research. Because the fact is, if you're taking this masterclass right now, chances are you are an experienced, seasoned instructor, which means you can create a program about anything because you have experience. If your people want to tone, we can create a program to help them tone using the formats that you're already teaching. If your people want to lose weight, we can build a program to help them lose weight using the formats that you already teach. If your people want to stretch or prevent injury or get strong, right? Any of the things that your format helps them do, if they want that specific result, we can create a program doing just that. Now, the reason that the instructors I help make money so fast is because I have this step down to 5 days. So this is a 5-day task when you work with me. Next is to design the program. So designing the program means that you create an outline, and this is when we figure out all the details of the program. What to name your program, how many workouts to include, is this going to be workouts only, nutrition only, a combo of workout and nutrition, are you going to add your products to this, what to price your program, how to deliver your program, all that jazz. The instructors that I help get this done in just 5 days because they follow my program template. The program template is a collection of all the successful programs I've helped instructors launch and they made money through it. All you have to do is fill in the blanks, add a little bit of you, and you're ready to go. So in the first 15 days, we figure out what your program is going to be and what your program is going to look like. Very fast work. Next thing is to tell people about your program. Back when I thought that growing my classes was the solution to making money, I started interviewing a whole bunch of fitness instructors. And I noticed that the group fitness instructors who were successful, the ones who had packed classes, or the ones who survived COVID, their studios and their classes survived COVID, they all had one thing in common. They had a list of their current students, past students, complete with contact info, notes, and everything, and they work the list. So the next step is to create what I call your hot list. Now I do provide guidelines so you know who goes in the list, as well as spreadsheets to keep your list organized so that you can keep working the list month after month. When you do it with me, we get this done in just 1 hour. Once you know who to talk to, well, the next thing is to figure out what to say. This is where I struggle the most because I don't know if you know this, but I'm actually an introvert. So talking and peopling is kind of challenging, or was kind of challenging. I would say all the wrong things that would scare people away, or I would be super awkward, or I would be super spammy, or I was too afraid to say anything at all. Which is why I have this very simple fill in the blank script so that you get it done in just 30 minutes. And now you know exactly what to say to build that relationship and have the conversation lead towards a yes. And the last step is to just go for it, to put it out into the world. Now, I train my instructors to go through what I called a secret launch, which means we're going to launch this, but we're not going to post, we're not going to promote, and we're not going to convince anyone. All we're going to do is sort who is ready for this program and who is not. That's how Farah was able to make $600 instead of $15. She followed the 5-step process and went from having 3 students in her virtual classes and making a whopping $15 to having 3 clients take her program and make almost $600. Do you see the difference? Sandy's in Australia and she got her 5 enrollments and she made almost $2,000 on her first try. This is her first 30 days of working with me. And then Sam did $3,000 using the same 5 steps. No posting, no teaching extra classes. I did it, they did it, you can do it. Now they still teach classes because they love teaching classes, but programs are their money makers, which takes pressure off of their classes so they can enjoy their classes. So to become a money-making fitness boss, you need to teach programs. The 5 steps to 1K is going to be the fastest way for you to make your first $1,000. When I made my first $1,000, that was super cool, but I knew that if I wanted to continue making $1,000, I needed people. I needed to tell more people. I needed to get attention from people, so I needed new people. This opened a can of worms. Where do I find people? How do I get attention if they don't know me? Do I offer this to my students? Do I post online? Who do I tell? What if they say no? I don't want to be pushy. How do I not be pushy? Which is why secret number 2 is all about how to get attention to attract the right people so you make your next $1,000 and $1,000 every single month. Back when I thought that the solution to making money was to grow my classes, I got obsessed with trying to find new people to take my classes. Social media was not on my radar, so at first I tried a whole bunch of offline stuff to get attention. I tried subbing more classes, co-teaching classes, word of mouth, chit-chatting with students, chit-chatting with the sales reps in the gyms, wearing my format, printing flyers, printing business cards, going to margaritas with the ladies. At some point, I was so desperate, I even offered free smoothies to anyone who went to my class. Now, this was a lot of work, so I started to consider social media. Like, it has to be easier on social, right? But that opened a whole other can of worms. To get attention online, I tried posting on Instagram, posting on Facebook, opening a Facebook business page, opening a Facebook group, using ClassBuzz and a whole bunch of weird apps, offering free classes, having a second profile to keep my business and personal separate, creating an account on LinkedIn, posting videos on YouTube, spending money, boosting posts, spending money on ads. I thought maybe I needed to open a TikTok account or start blogging or do a podcast or something. I even had a website for 2 whole years. Anybody else in this situation where you I've done all the things, I'm posting in all the places, and you're still kind of stuck? I couldn't handle the overwhelm, so I thought I'm just going to focus on one place. I'm just going to focus on Facebook, right? I'm going to learn how to Facebook. I'm going to do it well. I'm going to practice. I'm going to get the trainings. I don't have this skill. I know how to hit post and hit like, but I don't know how to get attention. Once I focused in just one platform, it was way easier to learn all the things. And the first thing that I learned was I sucked at it. I was just really bad at it. I thought I was doing all the right things. I was posting my schedule. I was making the post public so everybody could see it. I was using cool apps like Canva and ClassBuzz to make my post pop. I was posting videos of me dancing. I was posting in groups and marketplaces so that people could see me and know about my classes. I was posting, but I wasn't getting attention. Or I was getting attention from the same 5 people, my mom being one of them, bless her heart. Or I was getting attention from the wrong people, the people who weren't going to come to my classes. Are you in a current situation where you're focusing on one platform and you're doing all the things in that one platform and it's still not working? It took me years to figure out that the reason why it wasn't working was because I was doing it wrong. I was doing all the wrong things, but I thought those were the right things to do. Once I realized how to use Facebook the right way, it was a game changer. My classes doubled. They even tripled. Not just one class, all of my classes across the board had 50 students or more without me changing anything about the class. I didn't change the playlist. I didn't make it more intense or less intense. I didn't change the time or the date or the place of the class. All I did was change how I used Facebook. That was it. People could find me, connect with me, and get excited to try one of my classes. This was super cool. I started noticing that growing classes was something that other fitness instructors wanted to do as well, so I started to teach them how to rock their Facebook too. And then they started doubling, tripling, even quadrupling their classes. And all of this was happening after COVID. Instructors were also telling me that they had full classes. They had their classes waitlisted for the very first time, and they reported having consistently huge classes even during the slow summer months, since they figured out how to use Facebook the right way. Now the thing is, the reason that their classes weren't growing wasn't because of them, or the format, or the place, or the location, or the music. The reason their classes weren't growing was because they were missing the skill to market their classes, to promote their classes. So once they were able to rock their Facebook and promote their classes properly, their classes grew. So the secret to packing their classes was to rock their Facebook. While growing my classes was really fun, I really needed to grow my bank account. So all I did was shift the focus of Facebook. Instead of rocking my Facebook to grow my classes, I started rocking my Facebook to grow my programs. And that's how I made my next $1,000. And then the next month, another $1,000. And then the next month, another $1,000. And that's how I got to my first $10,000. This was totally awesome, and I couldn't believe it until it happened to me. To rock your Facebook, we use the hero strategy to get attention. Think about your fitness classes. In the eyes of your students, you are a hero to them. They look up to you because you are motivational and helpful to them. My job is to help you translate that online so that you can help more people, even the ones who don't join your classes and your programs. Most of us got into the fitness space to help more people. So this is a way for you to amplify that. So how does it work? First, you need to become the hero. Heroes have a very specific look and feel to them. If you think about Batman or Superman or my favorite, Wonder Woman, you can easily recognize them a mile away Because they have a very strong brand. Their brand is how other people can identify them quickly. We're going to mimic this. By establishing your personal brand, other people can easily identify you online. So we identify your visual brand and your messenger brand, then we give all of your socials a makeover so that everywhere where people find you, they find the same awesome, authentic, branded you. Creating your own personal and recognizable brand is a way for them to identify you. The next step is for you to have a mechanism to recognize them. Heroes are mighty and have the potential to save everyone, but they have a soft spot for their damsel in distress. Every hero has a damsel in distress. Superman has Lois Lane, Spider-Man has MJ, Thor has Jane. In fact, it's usually that damsel in distress that activates their hero mode. They didn't know they were a hero until they had to save their damsel in distress. And then when they saved their damsel in distress, they saved a whole lot of people in the process. We need to find your damsel in distress to activate your hero mode. During this process, we double down on who exactly do you want to attract. Group fitness instructors have a hard time with this one because they want to attract everyone and help everyone. And that doesn't work. You can help everyone. I mean, we're never not going to help someone, but you can't attract everyone. In marketing, we call this your target audience or your avatar. And it's a big topic because it has major impacts on your ability to reach or not to reach the right people. The group fitness instructors that I work with get to identify their damsel in distress in great detail so that they can create content that will attract that type of people, the type of people that will join their classes and their programs. Now, all heroes live in their own little universe. Gotham is Batman's territory. And as cool as Batman is, he wouldn't be much help if he's stuck in traffic. Batman is never stuck in traffic because Batman knows Gotham like the back of his hand. This is where I see a lot of group fitness instructors drop the ball. They say they're promoting on Facebook, but they know very little about the behind the scenes of Facebook. They have taken 0 trainings on how the Facebook algorithm works, 0 trainings on marketing, 0 trainings on social selling, 0 trainings on branding. So then when they post and they don't get the reach or the engagement or the conversion and converting that attention into actual students, they get disappointed. They're kind of stuck in traffic because they don't know Facebook like the back of their hand. When I work with instructors, I provide all the behind the scenes tutorials that they need to adjust their settings, grow their audience, get views, get reach, boost engagement, and convert that attention into lasting relationships or into paying clients so that they can make $1,000 every single month with the attention that they get on Facebook. Ginger owns a studio in Florida. She wasn't able to make the rent, so she created a program using the 5 steps. She rocked her Facebook, and now she's able to make the rent with her programs while she builds up her student base in her studio. That's also what Reagan did. She's also a studio owner. There's actually 3 partners in the studio, and she's one of those partners. They had been bleeding money not for months, but for years. Reagan followed the 5 steps, she rocked her Facebook, and she was getting monthly sales so that for the first time ever, this studio was not losing money. I was able to do this, they were able to do this, which means you can do this too. So to become the money-making fitness boss, you need to teach programs. The 5 steps to 1K is the fastest way for you to get there, and using the hero strategy will allow you to get attention on Facebook to make your next $1,000 and to keep making money after that. Okay, so I had a program that was making me money without teaching more classes. Cool. I had a way to get attention from new people so that I could continue making money every single month. Cool. I made $10,000 in about less than a year. Super cool. But $10,000 is not a full-time income in any profession. So I needed a plan to level up what was already working. So secret number 3 is how to turn this extra cash into real income and rock $5,000 months. Are you ready to take this to the next level? Okay, we're gonna level up. Now in retrospect, creating that extra $1,000 was kind of simple. Create a program, rock your Facebook, repeat. Truth is, a lot of the instructors that I help kind of stay in that stage because it's kind of nice. Even if they only get 1 or 2 enrollments each month, that's extra cash without driving around like a maniac. They like this. That's cool. For me, I'm trying to make this my job instead of a boring accounting job, remember? So $1,000 a month is a good start, but it's not real income yet. So this begs the question, how do I take this from extra cash into full-time, this is my real job kind of income? So what will start to happen is that enrollments are coming in, which is cool, but they're sort of trickling in. So 1 week, nothing happens. Another week, we get an enrollment. The next week, nothing happens. The week after that, a little bit more of nothing. And then the week after that, we get 3 enrollments. At first, this is super exciting. Each enrollment is a huge victory, and we're making way more with each client than we would be teaching classes. But if you're dreaming of making this your full-time thing, well, it's not going to be enough. It's a good start, but it's not enough. We need a plan to level up. And to level up, we need a system to batch enrollments so that we get lots of enrollments all at once. To get lots of enrollments all at once, we need challenges. Free challenges are a win-win for everyone. Now, Facebook challenges are hosted inside a Facebook group, and everybody wins. Participants enjoy their own personal wins through the challenges, and it's free for them. The group is growing because there's new people joining the group because of the challenge. The group is buzzing with engagement from the challenge, and you get paid after the challenge. All around super cool. There's 3 phases to running a challenge. You need to promote the challenge, deliver the challenge, and then monetize the challenge. When I work with instructors, I provide the promo templates to make sure they promote the hell out of their challenges so that we can get a minimum of 50 participants per challenge. I also provide the framework of how to deliver the challenge to make sure that it's fun and engaging for everyone. Then I provide a plan on how to monetize the challenge so that the instructor makes money too. Before the challenges, I was getting 3, 5 trickle enrollments throughout the month. But once I started introducing challenges, I was getting 10, 15 people enrolled into my programs all at once. And that's how I made my first $5,000 month, by getting a group of people to enroll in my programs all at once using challenges. Is this making sense? Are you seeing the process? This is not luck. This is you making it happen. So this is the time when I was like, I could teach 0 classes and just do this and make $5,000 months. Like, that's crazy. So if I'm making $5,000 with challenges, what do you think happened next? Well, I started doing challenges like a maniac because these were money-making machines. Plus, everybody enjoyed the challenges. It made so many people happy. So one way of leveling up from extra cash to full-time income is to get batches of people to enroll by using challenges. Another way to level up from extra cash to full-time income is to level up the program that you're offering. Up until now, everything I was doing was around my $300 core program. But then my clients started asking for more. They wanted bigger and better results, which I told them would require more time to learn the concepts. It required learning different type of concepts, and it required time to practice all of this to actually see those types of results. And they were okay with this. So I created a second program because the opportunity arose. Now, this second program is several months long. It's more expensive, it's more comprehensive, and it's more hands-on. So I call this second program the VIP program. When instructors work with me, we focus on creating and launching their $200-ish core program first, and we build everything around it. Once they're ready to level up, or like in my case, the opportunity arises, we create their VIP program, which is a several month-long program. They can charge $1,000 per client. And the first time that I launched this VIP program, that's when I made my first $10,000 month. It took me almost a year to make my first $10,000, and then it took me 30 days. Like, that is bananas. It was actually $13,000, and it happened on April 2022. And I'll never forget that date because it was so mind-blowing. After I wiped my tears and I bought the fridge that broke down and I replaced the floors Maybe that's why I had cried so much, because I really, really did need the money. So it was like, oh, I still had money left. Like, this had never happened before. Like, what? So I wanted to buy something that was cool and expensive and that would remind me of what a badass boss I was. And that's the month that I bought my very first Louis Vuitton shoes. I happily paid full price for these babies because, god dang it, I earned those. And every time I walk in these shoes, I remind myself, I did this, right? It wasn't luck. It wasn't handed to me. I had to work for this. I earned this. I am worth this. And I made this happen. $10,000 months was a unicorn for me. I had heard about these, but I thought they were unicorns, okay? I thought only personal trainers did that, not group fitness instructors. And if I did it, you can do it too. It is possible. So let's get back to the value ladder to help you get to this level. I want you buying yourself Louis Vuitton shoes with your money after you take care of your family and your business expenses. When you add a core program, you can go from doing it for fun to making extra cash without actually having to teach more classes. If you do this every month, you can make an extra $10,000. Once you introduce a VIP program, you can level up from extra cash to legit income. Now with this model, you have the best of all things. You get to teach your classes because you love teaching classes, because people love your classes, and you're not too concerned with who shows up to class, whether your classes are growing or not, or how much the gym is paying you for your classes, because your classes are not your money makers. Your classes are your happy makers. This is how you make people happy, yourself included. So there's no pressure. There's way less pressure for your classes. Your money makers are your core program and your VIP program. In fact, if you focus on the $1,000 per month with your core program, and then you just get 3 people to join your VIP program, you can be looking at making an extra $40,000 in a year without actually teaching more classes. Isn't this insane? Okay. And you get to do that not by adding 20 classes to your schedule, not by adding 40 new faces to your classes, or even 20 new faces to your classes. You get to do it by just having 7 people join your programs. 7, right? This is doable. This is the full-time income that you're making, but this might sound crazy. And maybe you think it is crazy and far-fetched and impossible. And believe me, if $20 per hour fitness instructor me had seen this presentation, I don't know, 5 years ago, I would have not believed this either. But it happened to me. I made $40,000. In fact, I made $47,000. It happened. It happened to me. I made it happen. You can make it happen. And there's nothing particularly special about me. I'm not a Zess. I'm not a ZJ. For those of you who are in the Zumba world, I'm not a master trainer. I don't travel the world teaching classes. I have less than 5,000 followers on Facebook. I sometimes use Instagram. I don't have a TikTok account. I don't have a podcast. I don't have a blog. I don't even have a website. I didn't have any programs, but I learned, I practiced, and I got good at them. I didn't know marketing, but I learned, I practiced, and I got good at it. I figured it out one small step at a time, and then I practiced the hell out of it, which means you can do this too. That's how Karen did it. Karen was worried about the summer months. Summers are usually slow or dead for Zumba instructors. But that summer, while everybody else was shutting down classes, was taking time off because people don't show up to classes, Karen rocked $4,000 on a slow summer. Catherine made $1,800 in 2 days. Okay? 2 days. Catherine is a Drums Alive master trainer, and she had a ballroom dance studio with her husband. They moved to a new city and decided not to open a brick and mortar because they wanted to launch online. So she was already offering a whole bunch of classes online and totally burning out. More importantly, all these classes left little time for her to spend with her 3 kids that were growing up super fast. We met, she launched her core program, she rocked her Facebook, and with that, she was able to teach less classes while still earning income. Then she leveled up her program and created her VIP. We designed her program, she got to sales, All of that happened in 2 days, and she made almost $2,000. Now she's hitting $4,000 months. We talked about Pam, right? She teaches one virtual class, but her virtual class is not the moneymaker. The moneymaker is her VIP programs. She had 4 people enrolled in her programs that month, so she made $3,000. That's how they're doing it. They're still teaching their classes, yes, but they have a behind the scenes program that's their moneymaker, that's sustaining them so that they can continue teaching classes. I was able to do it, they are able to do it, which means you are able to do it if you teach programs, you follow the 5 steps to 1K so that you make your first 1K fast, you use a hero strategy on Facebook so that you continue making money, and then you batch enrollments by using the 5-day free challenges, and you level up your income by creating the VIP programs. Are you getting this? Yes, can you see how it works? How it's not luck, how it's a system, and that's why it works. Now maybe you feel a little bit like this. I tend to get overly excited talking about this because it completely changed my life. And it's so freaking cool to be able to help other group fitness instructors hit their money-making goals as well. The way instructors are hitting these money-making goals is through a 6-month membership called Rock Your Business. The program is not for everyone, so we do need to have a Zoom call to figure out whether this is a good fit. Now, Rock Your Business is divided into 4 stages. First, we need to make your first $1,000. We're gonna do this without you teaching more classes and without posting. Then we need to rock your Facebook using the hero strategy so that you can get attention from new people and convert that attention into clients so that you can continue making money. Then we introduce challenges so that you can have several enrollments all at once and have consistent income. Finally, we create your VIP program so that you can rock your first $1,000 client and move from extra cash into real legit income. So here's how each of these phases work. The first phase is called Rock 500. The goal is to rock $500 as a minimum on your first run and $500 on your second run. That's how you make your first 1,000. The reason it's called Rock 500 is because most instructors make at least $500. As you saw, some make more and some make way more. Almost nobody makes less. Now this system works for all formats. So if you teach Zumba or Pound or Pilates or yoga or soccer size, whatever your format is, we can build a program around that. If you're a personal trainer, nutrition or wellness space, we can build a program around that. If you sell products, we can also build a program where we include those products as well. This is very customizable to the skills and formats that you already have. Now we can add that marketing layer. We're going to build your personal brand and give all of your socials a makeover, starting with your Facebook, so that people can see you, find you, and connect with you. You'll also get all the behind the scenes on how the Facebook algorithm works to grow your network, boost engagement, find the perfect people to join your classes and your programs. Now, have you ever had people say that they're going to your class, they ask for the details, they get you all excited, and then they don't show up? Yeah, that happens because they're not ready yet. Some people that you meet on your socials are ready to just jump into class with you right away or jump into your programs right away, and we love those people. But that's not going to be most people. Most people that just met you are still on the fence about you, or they're on the fence about your format, or they're on the fence about just fitness in general. So we need a space for them to kind of hang out while they build the courage to truly commit. A Facebook group is a great place to do that. So we'll revive your Facebook group, or we'll build a new one if you don't have one, so that your people can have a place to hang out while they'll build the courage to commit to their goals. You'll also get a posting calendar for both your profile and your Facebook group so that you never have to wonder what to post. So if you've been posting but it hasn't been working, this is where you learned why it wasn't working, and you'll realize that it's not so much what you were doing, but all the things that you were missing. You're missing a big chunk of why this is not working. Next, we're going to rock your challenges so that you can batch enrollments. This is how I landed $5,000 months. Learn this skill. Practice this skill. Get good at this. During this phase, I'll show you how to design your free challenge, how to promote it, how to deliver it, and of course, more importantly, how to monetize it to making a money-making machine. The goal is for you to deliver the skills and the foundations to the point where you can create a VIP program worth $1,000 per client so that you can level up from extra cash to legit income. This way, you can support your family. You can provide for college fund. You can buy a new fridge or new floors or whatever your home needs. You can travel. You can take time off and still make income. You can stop teaching at so many places. You can quit that job that you hate, or you can stop doing that other side job and the other side job. You can do this while having a flexible schedule, doing it from anywhere, and knowing that you're doing something that's 100% you, while also helping as many people possible with your content, with your group, with your classes, and with your programs. When I was figuring all of this out, I had to figure all of this separately. I invested in a program on how to create programs. I invested in a program to learn about marketing, just marketing in general. I invested in a program to learn about social selling because regular marketing and social media marketing are not the same. I invested in another program just to learn about challenges. That was a whole other one. I invested in another program specifically for branding. So the fact that you get all of this in just one place is actually pretty cool. I didn't have that. So think about it. How much time have you wasted trying to figure it out on your own? How much time have you wasted knowing that something wasn't right, but not knowing what to fix? Or knowing what to fix, but not knowing how to fix it? How much time have you been stuck, not earning to your full potential, even though you have years of experience? What happens is a lot of the stuff, we do it alone. We're just kind of guessing what to do. We kind of see what everybody else is doing and we try to mimic that, but we really are not following a system. There's nobody that we can ask about this. This is not things that they cover in the formats. This is a whole different skill set. And so we're just kind of doing random trial and error, which is why when you enroll in Rock Your Business, I want to make sure that you never feel alone or confused or overwhelmed, and you always have someone that you can ask your questions to so that you never feel stuck. So you also get weekly group coaching. This is everybody's favorite. You'll also get Money Mondays, which is messages that I sent you personally to start off the week so that you know what to do that week. And then the following Monday, we evaluate what worked, what didn't work, we adjust so that you're constantly progressing. And you also get one-on-one private sessions with me so that we can look over your very specific business situation. That means that not only do you get Rock 500 and Rock Your Business and Rock Your Challenges and the Fitness Boss, but you'll also get the weekly group coaching, the Money Mondays, and the one-on-one private session. All of it to help you become a money-making fitness boss. Just to make sure that you have absolutely everything that you need, you also get the program template so that you can design your program in just 5 days, PM scripts so that you know exactly what to say without sounding awkward or spammy, posting calendar so you stop wondering what to post, fill in the blank promo templates so that when you're promoting your challenges, you know exactly how to get people to them. VIP graphic design so that when you're going through the whole makeover, you don't have to mess with Canva and graphic design. I'll do all that for you so that you look like a rock star. And VIP copywriting to deliver your promos for your challenges customized to your brand and to your target audience. So all you have to do is copy, paste, and post. Can you see why these fitness instructors are so successful? They're successful because they know what to do, they know how to do it, and they're not doing it alone. They have support, they have a plan, they know what to do, and whenever they get stuck, I get them unstuck. As a bonus, you'll also get 3 social media audits so that as you work your posting calendar, I can review your work and tell you what's working, what's not, why, and give you suggestions to improve it. Another cool thing is that all the programs, the tools, the templates, the Zoom links, the replays, the chats, the messages, even tracking devices all live inside the Stage app. I'm super excited because this app is brand spanking new. It was released in August, so we're adding stuff to this app as we speak. So you get to be on the forefront of this brand new app so that you have everything you need in the palm of your hand. You don't need more formats. You don't need to get more certifications or licenses. You don't need more social media accounts. You don't need more apps, except that one. You don't need to print flyers or business card or posters. You don't need to hire a graphic designer or a copywriter or a photographer or a videographer. You don't need to learn complicated software. I'm not very techy. We're gonna do all this with Facebook, Zoom, and email. You don't need a website. You don't need to run ads. And you can stop guessing why it's not working. You can stop copying and modeling somebody else and then wondering why it's not working for you. You can stop wondering where to start or how to start or what to do. You can stop teaching a bazillion classes. You can stop trying to grow your class fanatically to insane levels to not make that much income. You don't even have to raise your prices. You don't have to drive. You don't have to pay rent. Heck, you don't even have to have a boss because you are the boss. You do need to level up. Now, I am so confident in this program because I've seen it produce success for so many instructors that I will guarantee that you make your first $1,000 working with me, or I will work with you until you do. Yes, up until 12 months. Because I know, I've seen it. Once you make your first $1,000, you now know how to make $1,000, which means you can do it again, and you can do it again, and you can do it again. Now, I love working with instructors, but I can't work with everyone all at once. I do have 3 kids. They all have extracurriculars. I do teach twice a week. So that means I can only accept around 5 instructors at a time. Now, this program isn't always open. Okay, in fact, it's been closed for the last 3 months because I've been fully booked with instructors who want to go through this process, learn the things, they want me to help them, and they're getting things done. As of this call, 2 slots already filled up, so I only have around 3 slots available. So the question is, are you ready? And the answer is, who cares? Okay, it's like having children. When are you ready to have children? When you have them, right? That's the only time when you're ready. This is kind of like that, right? If this is an opportunity that you've been waiting for, if you've seen me do it, if you're seeing other instructors like you do it, if you have the dream of doing this yourself, right? You're ready. That's what it takes. It only takes you wanting this to be ready. I'll take care of the rest. I'll take care of step number 1, what you need to do, how do you need to do it, the things that make you uncomfortable. I'll help you with that. Now, I won't tell you how much it is during this presentation, but I will be honest, this is expensive. And yes, it is totally worth it. The question isn't, can I afford it? Because I also know the answer to that. And the answer is no, you can't. I know this because you're here looking for a solution to make money, which means you currently don't have money. However, this program is going to teach you how to make your own money. Imagine if that first time when I realized that the reason I wasn't making money was because I was lacking these skills, and they would have told me this is how much that program was, and I would have said, no, that's too expensive, and I would have not had learned those skills, I would have not made my first 1,000. I would have not made my first 10. I would have not made 47,000 last year. It took that initial investment. It took that leap of faith to understand that those were the skills that were going to launch me further than the cost of that program. I put on a credit card. I took a deep breath. I rolled up my sleeves and I got to work. And I got to work because my dream was worth it. Because helping my family was worth it. So the better question is your dream worth it? But some of you have bigger dreams. You have a bigger calling, or you have a bigger need, right? That calling, that dream, that vision was placed inside your head because you have the potential to make that happen. It means you were meant to accomplish that. So if you were waiting for a sign of the universe to tell you that, yes, that crazy dream that you haven't told anybody is possible, this is it. If you were waiting for the universe to reveal the formula of how you were going to get there, this is that sign. Ask yourself, is your dream worth it? And if it is, if you do want to provide for your family at that level and you're willing to do whatever it takes, rock your Facebook, build a program, do challenges, whatever it takes to get to that level, then the question is not, can you afford it? The question is, how can you afford it? That's why I'm including everything that you could possibly need in this program so that you don't need anything else. All you need is that. If this is getting you excited, or at least curious, take the next step. And the next step is super simple. Just book a call. The call is free. That's also where I'll disclose how much the investment is going to be. You'll also have access to a 40% discount if you're a fast decision maker. More importantly, the call is to evaluate your options. We'll talk about your big dreams, your goals, what's worked, what didn't work, why, and whether this is a good fit for you. Very important. If you need your husband or your spouse or your business partner to make important financial decisions, please make sure they're part of that call. That way, both of you can make an educated decision on whether this is something that's going to work for you. That's it for now. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or send me a message on Facebook. I respond way faster on Facebook than I do on email, but both channels of communication are open. I look forward to seeing you in a call, so book that call and I'll see you then.